What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back again with a brand new video, and today we're going to be checking out FELFORGED mode, a first look, so I hope you guys are ready. Let's jump right in. Okay, so I am on the Twisting Nether test realm right now, and we're going to be trying FELFORGED mode, giving it a go. I don't have access to anything, collections-wise or anything like that, so we can click on Stony Tark here. There's going to be FELFORGED mode, so let's see. Is it power you seek? The little roleplay mode. Fel Touch mode is a hardcore PvP survival challenge. That's sick. Fel Blood grants you power. You start at level 20. Massive boosts to experience and drop rates. Unique Fel Touched mechanics. And Azeroth is united against the Legion. So I have 1 life, no resurrection, and Fel Touched can never be removed. I'm permanently a criminal. Not even Booty Bay will offer me shelter, but I am granted access to Mephistopheles' lair in the Twisting Nether. Sorry for butchering that. No mail trading or auctions, attackable by anyone, including non-Iron Man heroes. Okay, let's do it. Become FELFORGED mode. Oh, Jesus. So right now it's rolling all of my stuff up to 20. I like this. Okay, so all of that did happen on this character, but I ended up remaking my dude just to have a different build. So we're basically right where we were at the end of that clip. I want to go ahead and show you guys what was going on down here. So you can see first and foremost, all of my stuff was just literally randomized. In this case, I started with a nature type of thing with auto shot, arcane shot, earth shock, and I just saw what would happen. I re-rolled all of my stuff. I ended up getting things like aim shot and track humanoids, battle shout, frost nova, which is pretty neat, and just a bunch of basic stuff like that. Now, I am basically the only one playing on here right now, so it doesn't really matter what I have, but we're going to be able to try to look at everything, just on our own time, and see all the cool stuff that FELFORGED mode has to offer. So first and foremost, this is the hub, right? If you remember my old FELFORGED videos, this is your special place. You are part demon. That's the concept behind it. You regenerate. This is the Twisting Nether. So when you die, it says no resurrection, but what it means is you don't resurrect at max, right? You don't just stay who you are. You die, you lose all your gear, you go to level 20, you restart. Okay, so all the stuff I have right now, I'm level 22, but the stuff that I got from levels 1 through 20, that is what sticks with me consistently in every single playthrough, right? Very, very big deal. And if you want more on the basics of Fel Touch mode, make sure to watch my guide video made back in the heyday of Fel Touch. That link is going to be in the description below. But we have all the traditional stuff that we would come to expect for people that played that mode before. Silas is still over here. He does actually offer a variety of different quests now for Scrolls of Fortune and stuff like that, so that's still in the game. The Beastmaster, the mailbox is right here. That's pretty decent. Now, there's a bunch of interesting new things they added to the game too, and I've been given basically a maximum amount of what they call Fel Touch souls in order to show you guys that. So first and foremost, there's a few different shopkeepers here. We have this guy right here, Beelzebub. He actually sells regular stuff, so if you watched my playthroughs, you knew that at the time, if you grabbed a pacifier at 32, that was absolutely bonkers strong. It was really the best thing that you could get, bar none, as a Fel Touch player at that level if you used a two-handed weapon, and two-handed builds were very common no matter which way you went about it. So this has a lot of nostalgia for me, but it basically just has stuff like that. It has reagents now, which is nice. It has recipes, interestingly enough. It's just everything you could need. We also have the bank right here, and the idea in the past was that you could have your own little bank slots if you did find a bag, and the stuff you put in those bags would actually stay with you through death. So obviously the stuff you have on, you'd still lose, but anything you were saving in your bank in these special bag slots, that would stay with you. We'll see if that's still in the game. I'm not sure. I think death might actually be bugged right now, if you can believe it, but if we find a bag, we might actually try it just to find out. We also have this personal belongings here. It says I can't do it. I haven't unlocked my personal bank. I'm not really sure what that is. I don't think that existed last time. I don't remember it at all, unless it was just also there and also didn't work. But we have this new guy now, the Fel Challenges NPC. Pretty interesting. I already took one, and I'll show you guys some of it, but I took the Fel Challenge Exterminator. So you have Legion Crest rewards. Legion Crests you get from completing challenges, and then you have Tier 1 Fel Challenges. I'm assuming you'll unlock more tiers, as you do the challenges, right? So these challenges are, all sorts of different wacky things that basically you take them on, you have a huge debuff on you, but you get the Fel Crests, right? And you're able to buy different stuff with that, just for completing these things. So I took one that said I can only get experience from creatures or PvP. And it gives me the Tier 1 objective that says I have to reach max level and kill 5 players. That's the only way I can do that. Now, a lot of these can actually be taken and overlapped with each other. Of course, it'll tell you if it's exclusive or not. Mine is exclusive, Exterminator. But there's some pretty weird stuff, like Bile, for example, that says pools of toxic bile will spawn at your feet every 300 seconds. That's every 5 minutes, right? Completing this challenge gives you 50 souls. You have things like Extortion. This increases the cost of your abilities by 10%. If you complete that, you get 100 souls. There's Infected. Enemies poison you on hit, dealing 1% of your maximum health every second, stacking up to 100 times. But you get 250 souls if you make it. And again, they all have their own objectives as well. So there's one called Slaughterhouse that I can't wait to try when the mode actually comes out. That says you can only get experience from PvP. You already know that's where I'm going to go. I want to get that all the way to tier 10 if possible. That's going to be really fun. Now, there's also the Legion Crest rewards, like I mentioned. You get Legion Crests, and they allow you to buy mostly cosmetic upgrades. Things like Legion Fellaxe, the Bone Hook, never seen that. Not particularly impressive in my mind. Soul Cutter, which is pretty cool. Red Succubus skin, if you do have the Succubus. There's a bunch of skins, actually, for the Fel Guard. So we have Squadron Commander Vishax right here, and the scroll that makes your guy look like a guy named Azazel. I'll try to put those up on the screen as well, look them up for the video, but it's interesting. You also have, Sigil of Cormaladon. This cosmetic item is added to your vanity collection, so I guess it's a pet, right? Nether Felguard. This, interestingly enough, seems to allow you to dismiss a Nether Felguard, whatever that means. So more pet stuff, very interesting. There's also some other shopkeepers. We have High Inquisitor Cormaladon, as I kind of mentioned before, based on the item named after him. So he's also where you turn your quests in. In fact, right here, the Legion's Orders is where you'll end up getting a variety of different what they call demon contract quests. Again, watch my tutorial video that teaches you how to play the mode if you don't know about that. But he has some interesting new rewards. So he has all the stuff you would expect. You have your, your full, this kind of stuff, just the full cosmetic, override type of thing. Transmog is the word that I'm looking for, just to make yourself look more like a Fel-touched character. But there's also some interesting new stuff, like Rites of the Felborn. This is actually a random enchant that I'm assuming only Fel-touched characters can get. And it's called Felborn. Whenever you deal damage, you have a chance to strike your victim with Fel Lightning. So I'd like to see how strong that is. I don't have an altar right now, but I could go find one and maybe try to put that on my gear. I've already purchased it with the free souls I was given just to test the server, and so this is going to be interesting. We also have the Felstone. This allows you to teleport to demonic gateways in Outland, and I already have one. So if you click it, all these Fel gateways in Outland, you have access to them. And so that's fascinating when you think about it, right? Because what else were they being used for in Outland? And this is a really cool connector between, being a demon and being an Outland. I mean, it really is the best expansion for this mode to be in. So there's a bunch of really sick stuff here, I'm really excited to play it. I'd like to look at more challenges as well. I'd like to do more of them. Unfortunately, I took the Exterminator one, and I didn't realize that it was going to give me a tier challenge up that required me to kill players. There's nobody for me to fight. So I was trying to choose one that was actually completable, and since this one said that you could get experience from creatures, that's all I thought about. So I was like, okay, this one's completable for the video. But yeah, a lot of them I can't overlap, so unfortunately I'm kind of stuck with this. But it's interesting. It's still very, very cool. What I would like to do is there's actually at this shop, there's more really cool stuff. So we have soul consumables. You can spend souls on, mystic runes, mystic orbs, on level experiences. So this is how you'll get your potions as a Fel-touched character, since you can't trade with regular characters. That's interesting. There's even boosts for souls. Now remember, souls you get just from killing and fighting other players in game, so this is not like a pay to win type of thing. But I can, for example, buy Essence of Sargeras. This will actually boost me to 60. So this is how it looks, by the way. You become a literal meteor falling from the sky, and you just go where you've got to go. I do have the travel form. I did random that, so even though I forgot to get my mount, this shouldn't be too bad. But you can see I'm a perma criminal. It's just, oh my god, I cannot wait to play this game mode, dude, with real people around. Like, when it first comes out, it's crazy, and there's so many people. I actually didn't get to play Fel-touched mode when it first came out last time. Just because of real life obligations. I jumped into it maybe like a month in, and it was still lit, dude. It was still absolutely crazy. But you can see the debuff up here, FELFORGED, 500% increased kill experience, 500% increased quest experience, 100% increased PvP kill experience. So it's one of those things where you used to kill people and just like instantly level like 20 times, and it was awesome. Of course, in the old days, it was in draft mode. We're doing it in wildcard now, which makes it way more random. But again, they added those golden sealed cards I talked about in my last video. That's a pretty sick upgrade. You'll be able to guarantee 2 abilities plus levels 1 through 20 on your Feltouch characters. Now, I think that's a pretty big advantage over regular people, and if you count in the fact that, you know, hopefully they do add more unique kind of random enchants like I'm about to try for the FELFORGED mode, because I do think FELFORGED characters having slight advantages over regular players is fine. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's cool. I mean, the only real thing that FELFORGED players can do is world PvP. It's not like they're doing PvE. It's not like they're, you know, winning world firsts with their broken enchants. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, really. Okay, I literally just realized I can just buy my Mystic Orbs, and I just showed you guys that too, so I feel stupid. Anyway, let's go ahead and just buy the Mystic Orbs we need. Let's go ahead and also hit up a Mystic Altar now and check out that new random enchant. Okay, so thanks to Thulis, we now have the Felborn enchant. Well, we have a Mystic Altar, so we can use the Felborn Mystic enchant. Let's go ahead and put that on. This is cool because I'm currently level 20. One thing that was not big meta, you know, stuff to do when you were low level or when you were leveling on a Feltouch character back when I played was to mess around with random enchants. This became more mainstream meta later on, you know, so it's one of those things to think about. So this might actually be the way to play, right? Like people who have these random enchants and they have them ready to go on their characters while they're leveling are going to be a lot stronger. So as I'm fishing for the proc, I actually found this Legion cache right here, and this is actually nostalgic as well, but something to keep in mind. Hopefully they put more of these. It looks like they are, like, all over the map. Essentially, you can see there's a level required to open this, and so since I'm in between that level, I can get a bunch of, you know, pretty decent loot, and at the very minimum, I can sell that stuff, and remember, that's really the only way to make money besides PKing players. This one even gave me a legendary random enchant, so that's pretty nice as well. So I'm just auto-attacking Skibble right now to try to proc this, and it's just not happening. I don't think it's coded right now, but I hope that when it is in the game, or if it isn't, the proc chance is just absurdly low, that it has a respectable proc chance and that it does a butt ton of damage, because there need to be massive perks, I think, in the random enchant department for Feltouch characters. I think that's going to add a lot of flavor, really help you to differentiate your demon character, you know, against somebody's regular character, and yeah, hopefully they do something really cool with this and add more stuff like it. So one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that they changed the quests to be just more completable, you know, like a little bit easier to complete. Only 10 local wildlife, and it's any wildlife that you kill. It's not specific stuff. That's going to make it a heck of a lot easier, especially if there's a lot of different players to compete with. So I have a lot of different things I can show you guys with this, but I do think that's going to be the end of this first look for FELFORGED mode. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And yeah, so with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Mcdoubles out.